Hello, folks. It's Rich, 220. I recognize a lot of people are giving me help. I understand that. Don't think for a minute that I don't, because I do. Okay? I'm not being hard-headed as far as listening to people. I'm listening to you. But there's certain situations that have arisen that I think need attention before any valve adjustment is done. Okay, for example, the number one cylinder 2 days ago read 60. Today it reads 70, okay? The number 3 cylinder ran less than 25. Well, 25, now it's 40. Because what I did was I removed the pressure that was on the valve, okay? And then what I did today was I took all the push rods out and made sure that they weren't bent. Because if you're putting that much stress on a rocker arm nut and the push rod comes up on the highest part of the cam, if the lifter is not primed with oil, you're hitting the bottom of the valve of the lifter, okay? And it's going to leave the valve hung open, okay? I'm doing this for my own mental health. I want to make sure that, if there is a valve open, that it actually seats. Okay? If I have to take the push rods out, I will. Okay? In order to relieve all the stress for it to come back up. Because there was nothing wrong with the number 3 piston when I put it in. It had anywhere from 70 to 90 pounds of, compression. And now it has like 40. Because I put connecting rod bearings in? No, it's because I was being told constantly, barraged by people telling me to do a valve adjustment. So what I did, I didn't realize I had already done this in the beginning. That's why the car started the last time, in the summertime. Okay, and now it won't because, well, I already had it adjusted, and then on top of it, I did another adjustment. And I think I did another adjustment. And that's what causes you to have a collapsed lifter, a bent push rod, a smashed in lobe that's in the rocker arm underneath the nut, and can also bend a valve or cause it to be hung open. Okay, just because you relieve that stress off of that spring in that valve doesn't mean it's going to come right back up. It may take time. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm leaving them loose, and when I feel comfortable upstairs in my own brain about everything else, then I'll make the proper valve adjustment. Please do not sit there and act like I'm stupid, because I'm not. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I shouldn't have to give you an example of what I mean by a valve hung open. Okay, it's like a gravitational pull. Do you know what that means? Yeah. The only way you're going to do that is if you have 2 magnets, okay, and they actually connect together. All right, like they'll go right together. If you turn that one of the magnets the other way, they're going to force themselves apart. Don't believe me? Try it. Until I'm sure everything else is cleared and checks out, I'm not doing a valve adjustment. I want to make sure that the lifters are not collapsed. I want to make sure the push rods are not bent. And I want to make sure that I can actually get that valve to close again. It's not the piston. It's not the rings. It's not the connecting rod bearings. It's actually the valve being forced to be hung open. So probably when it came back up, because I can actually move the spring, okay, on the valve that I installed, and it was put in right. Don't even go there, because it was put in right. But because of the pressure and because of the age of the motor, maybe a good possibility it was weak, and it may not be seating because it's not finding the center where it needs to come back up. So, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go and drive some school kids. So, I'll see you in the next one. But I'm not making fun of anybody, and I'm not ignoring everybody. I will do a proper valve adjustment And if those people that are hard of hearing can't hear me, once everything else checks out, I will do a proper valve adjustment, but not until everything else checks out. Because I'm not interested in having a connecting rod going through my oil pan. Is that good enough of a definition for everybody? I hope so. Because then we'll be dealing with a lot more aggravation. All right, bye, folks.